Hello everyone, hello. Just 1 second, just check that we're all, hey, let me turn my noise down. Hello everyone, sorry for the slightly late start. I was just trying to organise my desk here so that we are reasonably straight. The usual setup issues. How is everyone this evening? I'm so sorry, it seems like it's been such a long time since I was here crafting with you all. As you may or may not know, I've been a little bit under the weather. Hello Cam, how are you? Lovely of you to join us. Hello Jane, how are you? Yes, I have been a little bit under the weather. Well, I still am. Hi Irina, hello there. Hi Jessica. So I've been a little bit poorly. I've had a really bad cold, or still have got a bad cold. Thankfully not COVID, so I'm very grateful that that's not what is the problem. But it is it's really kicking my butt. This cold, it is really it's really knocked me for six, and I think part of the problem is that I haven't been able to just rest so much because we were on Create and Craft this week. So I had a lot of prep to do for that. I had to obviously pack the order, etc. So I was in and out of the office all week last week, even though I was quite poorly, and then obviously travelling to Peterborough. It's a long day. It's a full day's travel, and then the show. So it is it's a long day when you're feeling a little bit not great. So that took it out of me as well. So I am still recuperating. If you did watch me on Create and Craft, thank you so much for watching. I was really excited about doing the show. It was just really hard because obviously I wasn't feeling my best. But I loved doing the show, and I loved the samples, and I loved the demos that I had, even though we didn't really get to show all of them, which is always the way. So yeah, I really was looking forward to it. But I think if you watched the first half of the show, because I was on for 2 45-minute shows, you might have heard me coughing a little bit. And there is every possibility that might still happen tonight because this cough is lingering. I've got myself a hot drink here just to help kind of with my tickly throat. So bear with me. Hopefully we won't have any issues. I'll have a little drink now just to soothe the throat. And it is going to be a bit of a shorter one tonight, potentially. Who knows? You know how these things go. But what I wanted to do was show you, I promised you a couple of weeks back when we did the release, actually, when we did the launch, that I would show you how I made these cute little jubbly ice lolly style little gift bags or gift boxes with the decorations on the front. They were really fun to make. They're really, really sweet. They're great for any last minute little gifts that you might have, perhaps with just some like smaller items, some little stocking fillers, that kind of thing. Laura says, hello, glad you are better, Joe. Can't hang around, has got a poorly child at home. Oh, well, you see, we all need our mums when we're not feeling very well, don't we? So yes, please do go and take care of her, and lots and lots of love. I think I'll show you how I made these for tonight, and I'll show you a couple if we can, and that might be it for this evening. But also I just wanted to basically come on and say Merry Christmas to everyone, because I don't know if we'll get a chance to do another live before Christmas. It will be next Thursday, will be the eve of Christmas Eve. So I know everybody will be super busy by then, and so we may not be able to get to do a live then. So I may not get to speak to you guys before then. So I wanted to wish you all a really Merry Christmas and a Happy New Year. and let you know what the plans for the shop are over the Christmas period as we go along. But let's get started on doing some crafting, because let's get cutting out some of these cute little images. So, and this is why I love this project so much, because it is really, really simple. So it uses the Home for Christmas die set, which has got all these super cute dies in. Oh, thank you, Jess. Jess is wishing Merry Christmas to all of the Time for Tea community. And I have to say a huge thank you to all of you guys who support me every week. Thank you to everybody who sent emails in to Create and Craft as well, because that was so lovely that you all emailed in to support me. You guys are the best supporters, the best community that I could ever have hoped for. You're so... I don't know, you're always there for us. You've always got lovely things to say. You support both me and Ant in everything that we do, and I, you know, I'm so grateful for you all for that, because it is without you we'd be nothing. We wouldn't be here. So yeah, so when I'm feeling a little bit down and I'm a bit, you know, under the weather, I really feel like I'm letting you guys down, because I know how much the Thursday night crafting has meant to you guys throughout lockdown and beyond. So, you know, I will do everything I can to be here whenever I can. So, and I'm really looking forward to 2022. Wow, I can't believe it's going to be 2022 with all of you and all the plans that I've got to develop Time for Tea moving forward as well. So, and I really hope that you guys will all come along with us for that journey and be part of it, as you have been so far. So let's cut some bits out. So I'm going to use this this die set for the main part, and I'm going to use the simple circles. I did use on this one to create my little tag shape. I used the simple square label dies, but we're out of stock of those, so I'm not going to use those because it's a bit unfair. But the little heart shape in the background, which I really love the idea of that was from the memory keeping set that we showed on Create and Craft this week. So that's a really fun little heart shape. Excuse me. We do also have we have the heart nesting dies as well, which might make a nice tag. So let's pull those out. So I have the simple circles, and let me just grab my hearts. Where are my hearts? There they are, right at the back. I think that's them. Let me just check. Excuse me while I just do a little bit of rifling through my die sets. Yeah, that's the right one. So many dies in here. So exciting news, and the design team will be delighted to hear that I've picked up all of the next release sets of dies today and got those packaged up, ready to send to them. One thing to let you guys know as well, this will be going in the shop, back in the shop tomorrow. This is the Fa La 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 Slimline Scalloped die set. It is a really, really useful die set. It's that great slimline shape, and it's got this cute scripty Fa La 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 that will fill that whole background, and then you've got some really usable little snowflakes as well in different shapes and sizes. Really great to do a really quick and simple Christmas card. This is now back in stock, so I will be updating the website after I get off the live and adding those back in if anybody's after them. Excuse me. So that's one to look out for. So we've got the heart nesting dies, and we've got the simple circles, so we can make some tags using these. So what I did to begin with really was just make that simple tag shape, and I like this the smaller circle here, but this larger circle we can fit the little tree on there as well. I think that one is that one's the next size up, isn't it? So I think we'll go with that because I want to be able to fit my little tree on. So let's have a look. Is it that size? Yes. So we've got that's the 1, 2, 3, 4. That's the 4th size. And then if we try doing it, should we try doing a heart shape? I wonder if the tall one will fit on a heart on a circle. So that's a nice heart shaped size. Oh yeah, that would look really pretty. Okay, so we'll try both of those sizes, and then see where we get to. We might need to back one up on another circle, but we'll see. So, and the great thing about all of these dies is that they will work with my teeny tiny die cutting machine. Now I've just had a little thought to myself, what did I do with my my plates for the die cutting machine? Oh no. So I've unpacked from Crate and Craft, but for some reason I can't find my plates. Where have I put my plates for my machine? Oh, I don't want to have to use the larger machine. That would be most annoying. Alright then, where would I have put those? Okay. Interesting. They're not still in there, are they? No. Sorry guys, I am here. I'm just trying to figure out what I've done with my plates for my die cutting machine. Because like I say, I have taken all of my belongings to Crate and Craft. I'm pretty certain that I did pack them because I was conscious that I didn't want to leave anything behind, but it's so easy done because you're in such a rush that it could easily have happened. And I've just put them in another box that I now can't find. Oh, I'm so sorry about this, guys. What I don't really want to do is put them all through the larger machine because it does take a little bit longer to go through that machine, but we might have to. I do have some plates for another die cutting machine, but I don't know if they'll fit through. They might not be quite thick enough. We can try them, can't we? See what happens. Till I find my proper ones. Oh, what could I possibly have done with them? Interesting. Right, so let's crack on. I'm going to cut these out of some white cardstock. So I don't know if you guys are the same, but Oscar says hi, Merry Christmas, says Alison. Sorry, just catching up on some of your comments. Laura Rand says that it's viral, earache and miserable. They're meant to be in school until next week, but that's me, stop them now. Hope everyone has a great Christmas and we'll look forward to lives again in the new year. No problem, and yes, lots of love to everyone. I hope that she's feeling better really soon. And I hope we all have a very healthy Christmas, healthy and happy Christmas. Irina says she loves the Home for Christmas dies. So much fun playing with that the tiny houses. And Mihaela says, I got a mini die cutting machine and I love it. They're so much easier, aren't they? And much more portable, I think. But I have no idea what I've done with my plates. I'm so frustrated with myself. They must be somewhere because there just must be, but I don't know. Right, okay. Let's cut out the backgrounds for our tags. So I'm going to give these a little whirl, see if they work. Use a little bit of my masking tape, washi tape, sorry, here. So these were for an old die cutting machine that I did break actually. Not the same make as this one, but I did break it, so hopefully I won't do the same. So I mean, they're not for this model of die cutting machine, so they might not work, but that made a little crack, so that's quite promising. I'm very confused as to where I've put them. So that cut out perfectly, so I'm happy with that. That's one success. And then let's cut out our heart here. So I think this might be slightly thicker cardstock, but we shall see how it works. So put that through there. This, I think the previous die cutting machine I had, I think it was one that I bought from Aldi. It was really cheap. I mean, it was such a bargain, and it was a great little machine. They've never had them since, and obviously once I broke it, that was it. Was it from? No, it wasn't from Aldi. They did have them at Aldi. It was from Craft Stash. They don't have them anymore, and they don't sell them for the £20 anymore. Let me tell you, you can't get even a mini one for under £40, can you now? Well, you can on our website, I think. So we've got two little tags here ready to build our little houses. So there's a couple of different ways that I've built my houses here. This one, the tall house, you can see is quite straightforward. I've used pink cardstock, I've used yellow for the windows and some snow on the roof and on the tree. For this one here, I've used some pattern paper for the house itself, and then some sparkly cardstock for the windows and for the snow on the roof. And then for this one, I've used snow under the windowsills and then white cardstock to create the little canopies over the windows, and again snow on the roof there. So I think I'm going to go with, what shall we go with here? I'm going to go with a similar theme for the tall house, but I might do a bit of a mixture of these two for the smaller house. So let's grab some bits and bobs. So I'm going to use pink. I think do like the pink cardstock. And this is where, you know, just using up some of your scraps of, see, I've got some real little scraps of pink cardstock here that you're just not going to use for anything else. I've done some ink blending, I've cut some bits out. There's hardly any space left on here, but it's perfect for cutting out my little house. So keep all of those little scraps because they're so handy for this kind of thing. I'm just going to snip that out. So that's house number one. And I am still going to keep those little bits because, you know, they will be useful. I also need a bit of yellow to cut out the house a second time. And I like the bright yellow for my windows. So I'm just going to pop that to one side. I don't know if I've got any more bright yellow. Oh yes, so we'll grab some of that. I also need some grey for the rooftops, and I've got different colours of grey. So I've got kind of this, I think this is the koala grey, and then we've got a darker slate grey. So they're both really good colours to use for your roofs. Yeah, I think that one's probably, in fact I'll use that one. So again, some good use of your scraps. I'm going to need some more white to do the little bits of snow. So again, they're really small pieces. So these little offcuts of cardstock are going to be perfect for that. So I'm just going to trim those down, and then we've got those ready to use. What else do I want? So I've got my roofs, I've got my windows, I've got my snow, I used a grey door on this one, which I think works really nicely, matching the roof there. So now for the trees. So we need some green for the trees and some brown for the tree trunks. So let me see if I've got a smaller piece of green. Yep, that's good. We'll use that. And then a bit of brown here. We've got quite a large piece there, and we don't need a large piece. So I'm just going to cut a piece off there, and that will be our tree trunks. And then I've also got a piece of this wood grain paper that is from the Joyful Winter paper pack, which is a great paper pack, and I've used that for the house in one of those scenes, so I'm going to use that. I've used a bright pink door. I like the bright pink door actually, and I think I might use that then for the canopies as well as the windows. And I've also used some of this green wood grain. I don't know if I've got any of that left. I might have used it all up. Oh yes, we've got some there. So again, we've used that for the background for some of our some of our images. And I said a dark pink, didn't I? So where's my pink gone? Oh, it's at the side of me here. So we've got this lovely, lovely deep pink. And again, I've used this to cut out a sentiment in the past, but that's little scrap's going to be perfect now for us to do one of our houses with. So I've got all of my elements now that I need. So now we can just start cutting and assembling, I guess. So let's cut out the other house shape from our wood grain. And if I select a piece that's got not too much pattern on it, because we don't want to, you know, we'll lose some of it when we cut it out anyway, so we don't want too much pattern on there, but just enough to show that design. So that's that house. Then we need some roofs for both of these. So I think I'm going to go with for this roof, for the smaller house, this comes with the long roof, which is this one here. So I'm going to use this piece, this lighter grey. I'll just chop that down as well. And for the darker grey piece, that's going to be the roof of our tall house. So I'm going to pop that just in there. Oh, I'll get a bit more washi tape here and just stick that on there. Now just trim off the excess that we don't need. And then we can pop these first few through the machine. So, and this, because they are small, it is really good to have them on a smaller machine, because you know you're not going to be losing them when they kind of go through the larger A4 machines and kind of dance around in there. So, but like I say, I'm not using the correct plate, so we'll see if this works. I wouldn't advise using incorrect plates, really, but it seems to have worked, so, you know, we'll see. So let's have a look. Let's tip all of these out. Now there's a couple of ways that you can build your house. The way that I did it, I think for these was, because I did pop them up on a little bit of foam tape, is that I built them on a scrap piece of cardstock or paper, really, rather than cardstock. So let's see, what have I got in here? See, that's quite a thin piece of paper rather than cardstock. So if we build our house on here, then we are less, then we can just trim it out really quickly and easily, and it's much easier to put it all together. So we'll start doing that. Hello Lucianne, hi to Bridget, hello, thank you for joining us. Excuse me, I have another little drink there. Okay, so we've got house number 1, excuse me, and house number 2. Just pop out those windows, so we don't need those. And where's my little pokey tool? So the dies have got these little holes in the corners that will allow you to just poke your little die cut out easily. So that's house number 2, and house number 2 has got this grey roof. And let's pop these back so we don't lose them. And then can go there. Excellent. And put that roof there. And then the roof for the tall house is this one. I just love building these little images as well. They look so cool. So that one's going to sit on there. Perfect. Okay, so that's the basics of our house. Now what you're going to get, as you know, as part of this, you are going to get some waste. So you're going to get the windows that will have cut out. You're going to get the pink door that's cut out, some pink windows, the little window, circular window at the top. And what I've been doing is saving these, because you never know, you might want to use the blue in a window in another house. So I've got a little pocket here that's got little different coloured cut-out bits. I've got pink, I've got yellow, I've got some sparkles in there as well. So they will come in handy for future projects. So we'll pop that in there. So the next thing to do, I think, is probably going to be to do the yellow houses for our windows. So I've got a couple of yellow pieces of cardstock here. Let's see. So you'll cut out the same shape again, but like I say, you're going to be using the waste of this because you're going to be using the bit that leaves you the windows. So let's just trim off the excess there and off there. And we're also going to need, we're going to need a door, I said, didn't I? So I was going to do a door in pink, and I was going to do some canopies in pink. So the canopies are this shape here. So these are the window canopies. I think that's the word that I'm trying to say. So the little overhanging areas. So we'll do that one first. So we're going to have to do a couple of those. So we'll get these through the machine. Oh, I've not put my little top on. It's not going to work, is it? So pop that through. And then all of our little pieces will come out. And what I'm going to start doing, I'm going to start sticking this together. And now we've got two little yellow houses as well, and a little yellow door that we're not going to use, but we are going to use And we've got a yellow door there that we're not going to use, but we're going to use those windows, aren't we? So let's just keep these safe, because they are some of the dies are very small, so you do want to just keep track of them. You don't want to be losing them, and we don't want to be losing any of these little windows and door shapes. So I'm going to keep those there. And this little canopy thing is just stuck to my what's it there, so we'll just take that off. But then we're going to do another one using the rest of that cardstock, so that can go on there. And then I need a door shape actually in pink, don't I? In the dark pink. Yeah, we'll do, yeah, because we're doing the dark pink for the top of the windows as well, aren't we? So we'll do that. So you're building up your little houses in whatever colours you want, which makes them so individual, because you know you're going to make them different every time. So I did have a grey door idea, didn't I, with that one? I think a grey door would be kind of cool. So we'll cut that one out next. And a little house. Put that out and pop that there. So for this guy we did a darker grey, and I actually only want the door. So what I can do here is, if I tape my my die just here and just trim off this bottom piece, then I'm not going to be wasting the rest of my cardstock. So even though it is only a small piece, we know that these small pieces are so valuable. So that's great. So now we've got a little door as well. Yay! Right then, so let's try putting some of this together, shall we? I don't need that piece or those two window pieces, do I? I don't believe. I do need the door. I actually need the door. That was what I wanted, was the door. This is where my quick sticks tool comes in, when they're being a little bit tricksy. There we go. And let's take out the other little window piece for above the window, and see if we can get my washi tape off. There we go. And there's a nice small one, so we'll make sure that's safe. Okay, so let's start putting these together on here, because this will keep them all together for us. So I'm going to use some liquid glue, and I'm just going to add glue to all of the little bits on there. I'm going to stick that and just move that down a little bit, just to make sure that there's enough room for my roof and for my snow that's going to go on top of my roof. So I'm going to use my reverse tweezers just to help me guide some of these pieces into place. Pop that on there. Yay! And then we'll do the same for the main part of our second house. So again, a bit of glue there. Is anybody crafting along with me tonight, or are we all just chilling? And is everybody ready for Christmas? That's the big question. Is anybody, like me, not really had much chance to do a great deal? We've got all of our Christmas shopping done, thankfully. We've just not wrapped anything yet, and I haven't done any of my Christmas cards either, which is giving me a little bit of anxiety, shall we say. So for the inner bits, I can now add my glue to those open areas, which is a little bit easier to do, isn't it? So, where did my grey door go? It'll be on here somewhere, won't it? So, oh, I need my smaller windows here. So we've got one window, two windows, and three. There we go. And then my door was going to be grey. There she is. Come on. Pop that in there. Lovely. And then we'll do the same for in this one. You see how it's really taking shape already? I mean, you know, they are small pieces, but please don't be put off by that, because there's something so therapeutic about putting these together. They're so cool and they look so amazing. Oh, excuse me. Just a moment while I have a drink. Hoping that I don't have to run off and cough. So you'll have to excuse me if I do. Okay. Canopy number 1, canopy number 2. Excuse me, guys, so sorry. It's a little bit like the more the more you try and stop it, the more it wants to come. And it's made my nose run too. Okay, so we've got our little houses here starting to come together. So the next thing that I want to do, I think, shall we do the trees next? Let's do the trees. So I've got my dark green cardstock. So I'm just checking up on your comments. Irina says she loves the colour of my nail polish. Oh, thank you so much. This is actually just the base colour, to be honest. I am thinking about painting them a Christmassy red before Christmas, but we'll see if I get round to it. Claire's, excuse me, Claire says that she's crafting, always crafting. Lindsay's not crafting. She made a start on her wrapping tonight. That's very productive. Claire's doing a few spare Christmas cards. I could do with some of those, Claire. Irina's in bed, not feeling very well. Oh, I feel your pain, dear, I do. Emma says, just watching, has had a booster jab yesterday and feeling a bit rough today. Oh, has it made you feel a bit rough? I'm booked in for my booster jab on Sunday at my GP. Is everybody else had their boosters or booked in for their boosters? Really important that we get those. Definitely important to get those, guys. So yes, if you haven't already, get yourselves booked in. And Jess says she's crafting along, most of Christmas done, most of the cards done, just need to write in them. Yeah, that's one of the things, is that we, you know, you either buy your cards or you make your Christmas cards and then you just never get round to writing in them. There's always something to be done, isn't there? So on this set you've got lots of little dies that you might think, oh, what are they for? These little ones here are your tree trunks. And the little dots here are your door handles, and that is also a little door handle as well, the little tiny rectangle. So, oh, see if I can pick these off with my daft nails, and we can get those both popped on here and get a fresh bit of washi tape for those. little ones so they don't go flying off anywhere. I can just trim this down as well. Get rid of that. So we've now got two little trees in the workings. Pop these through. Just thought the little dots were Christmas spots. Well, the thing is, Irene, they can be. They can be whatever you want them to be, you know, depending on what you cut them out of. You know, that's the beauty about dies, is that your imagination is what makes them come to life. So don't just use them for what I may or may not have, you know, designed them to do. Use them for what you think works and what makes your project look unique. So yeah, they can be whatever you want. Okay, so we've got here two little trees. I love the little trees, and they're just such fun little trees to build up. You die cut a few of these to make some backgrounds, you know, to have in the with your little critters. Oh, I've lost one. That's the only thing, is you just need to be careful when you whip up your cardstock off your die machine. Oh, my washi tape's pulled off some of my cardstock as well. You know, have you captured everything, or did you leave any of it behind? So that one seems to have flown off somewhere. Oh, it's on my knee. That's where it flew off to. There you go. Found it. That's good. That's good news. So I think now then all that remains is to cut out the white areas. So I've got a few bits of white cardstock here. So the white areas are going to be everything snowy. So we've got some snowy rooftops. It's got a bit of plastic stuck to it. So we've got two snowy rooftops. We've got the snowy tops to our trees as well. So there's two of those. And then we've also got the snow that goes underneath the windowsills as well. So I feel like that might be, is that everything? Excellent, that all fits on one tiny little piece. How cool is that? So let's just use a bit of, oh, actually I'm going to do little white doorknobs as well, but they will fit on here no problem too. So I'm going to use my pokey tool to get these off, because I don't feel like I can do it otherwise. So that's one, and I'm going to use the little rectangle one as well. There we go. Okay, because my nails are a bit too big to get under the dies for some reason. I'll pop them on there just to hold it a little bit in place. They're not super stuck down, but they don't need to be, because they're only going through the small machine. I'm very impressed that you know, you've got all of your cards done, Jess, and the rest of you that have. I feel like, because obviously prepping for Create and Craft and then being poorly, I don't feel like I've done any Christmas crafting, and I'm so disappointed, because I love Christmas crafting. It is one of my favourite things to do, and I've just not been able to do it. So I can see here that I've got two of my little bits of snow stuck to my die plate. So I'm just going to add my glue there, and then I'm going to use my quick sticks tool to do that. Now you could add them either to the top of the canopy or you can add them to the windowsill. I like adding them on the windowsill because I feel like that's where your snow always collects there, doesn't it? But you can obviously, you can do both. You could add it to both if you wanted to. And then for our trees, so I'm going to add, so on the ones that I did here, I put the trunk at the front, which I think I'm going to do again because I quite like the way that that looked. But obviously you can hide it behind the tree as well. So I'm just going to use my tweezers here just to help me pick up my tree. And again, I'm just going to stick these straight to the background so that I can then cut around them and add a bit of dimension if I want to. It's tree 1 and 2, and then I'm just going to add some little blobs of glue there. In fact, I'm going to use my quick sticks tool for this. This glue is Cosmic Shimmer glue that we sell in the shop, and it dries clear. So if there is a little bit of it splurges along out the sides, don't worry too much because it will dry clear and you won't see it. So let's add a bit more snow. Oh, I've almost lost a door knob. There, found it. So I'm just going to add a bit of glue here so that we can add our doorknob on there. Let's see, I might have to poke it off with my pokey tool. There we go. That's that one. And we'll do the same here. Tiny bit of glue. And then I just need to pop this out. There we go. That's that one. And I'm just going to pop these dies straight back onto my my die sheet. What I would obviously suggest is that you get a magnetic sheet for these. I feel like I've lost one already, so that's handy. Where did that go? If anybody can see it, do let me know. It was literally here. No, it's not. You see, they're very small, so be very careful. It is there. I just couldn't see it, look. Losing my mind. There we go. So we've got tops of trees, and we've got, so that's top of tree, little tree. That's the bits we've already stuck down. Put that on there. We've already got the top of our taller house there, and then this is the piece that goes on top of our wider house, taller and wider. So we've got a piece that goes there, piece that's going to go on top of there, this piece here is going to go on top of our smaller tree, and then this piece here goes on our larger tree. So lovely. I don't know whether I should have done these out of some sparkly cardstock, because that does look really cool when you do that. So I'm just going to add glue to this one and pop that on the top of our roof. Very cute. Love it. And on this one, I have to use my tweezers again, just to hold it for me while I add my glue. And then again, it will just help me pop this into place. So that goes over the top of there. There we go. Don't know why that's been a bit weird about sticking. There we go. And then for the tops of the trees, I'm just going to add a bit of glue straight to my tree, I think. That might be easier. And use my, excuse me, use my little quick sticks tool again. Love this tool. Don't know where I would be without it. And just pop that into place. Yeah, easy. Okay, and again with the larger one, pop that into place. Great, so we've now got our little buildings complete. So now it's just about finishing our backgrounds. So for the backgrounds, what I did for each of these was create a little bit of, I guess, a bit of a grounding for my buildings to sit on, and I used the green here because that made a really nice background for them. So what I'm thinking here is, what I might do, I might change this up a little. Let me think. Might excuse me, because I've cut out my heart in the white, but I'm thinking for the background for this, maybe cutting out a heart in the green onto a circular background might work better. So let me think about sizings, because that's quite a large circle, but that does work. So I think that circle in white, but maybe this heart that I've used might be a little bit large. Oh no, that fits quite cute actually. Okay, let's go with this. I'm going to go with this. I'm going to go for it. So let's cut this heart in green, and then I'm going to cut a larger, and this heart we'll be able to use for something else, no doubt. Let's just get another scrap of my white. I've got lots of lovely scraps of white here, and we'll cut a slightly larger circle in this white for our tag. Okay. Don't know if they'll both fit in at the same time. Maybe they will. Through my little machine. And then for this one, for this other circle, and again I'm going to use this green, and I'm going to cut out half a circle because I only want half of the pattern. So let's, and again this is just about conserving my patterned paper. I love being able to use patterned paper for this type of thing because it's not using up all of my stash, but it means I get to use my stash, if that makes sense. So I'm not using a whole sheet of it and it's gone. I get to use it over and over again. So let's pop this through here. And this is our tags almost ready. Didn't go quite all the way through. It must have been hanging off the edge. Pop it through again. There we go. So little updates for you about Christmas then. So the shop will remain open over Christmas because we're 24/7 on the internet. However, we will be suspending shipping over Christmas because we're going to have a little bit of time off over Christmas and New Year. And I imagine all of you guys will be spending time with your families and so on. So, but obviously you will still be able to shop if you want to. So the last dates for shipping, just to let you know, are tomorrow is the last day for regular shipping for you to get it before Christmas. But if you want to choose tracked delivery, which is special delivery, then the last date for that is the 20th, which is Monday, isn't it? So you have got over the weekend to place your orders, and then we will be making the final kind of deliveries before Christmas on the 20th, and then we will probably suspend shipping from the 21st onwards until the 4th of January, because the likelihood of you getting it over that period is going to be very small anyway. So that's the plan. And hopefully you guys understand, you know, we spend a lot of time, well, our business is pretty much 24/7, so to have a little bit of time off is really important to us, and it's not often that we do get to do that, so and spend that with our families. So that's a little bit of a reboot for us, an opportunity for me to get a little bit well. Yeah, so that's the plan. Okay, so we have two little tags here, and then we have our little scenes here. So I'm going to use my little scissors to just cut around these shapes that we've made. Now you could just do these directly onto your background. You don't have to do it the way that I'm doing it if you don't want to. If you don't want to fussy cut the images out, you know, don't feel that you need to do it this way. This is just the way that I like to do it, because then I can add a little bit of dimension. Nicola says, hi all, I've been watching but on the phone to my other half. I'll have to train him better next year to phone earlier on a Thursday. That's so cute. And Cam says, can't go wrong with sparkly anything. I absolutely agree, Cam. Normally at Christmas that would be my go-to. And what we can do after this, if we get the opportunity, is maybe add some stickles onto those snowy roofs, and that'll give us a little bit of sparkle, won't it? So we could do that, actually. That would be quite nice. So once you've done the die cutting, the cutting out element is actually very, very simple. And what I feel is that might be a little bit white in the background because I didn't do the sparkly snow. But then if we add the sparkle afterwards, it'll stand out a bit more, won't it? I could do some ink blending on the background of that as well, if we were so inclined, just to blue it up a little bit. And as I've done on this one, I have added the blue paper to the background. So if we've got plenty of blue different patterned papers that we could use for the background as well if we wanted to, but we didn't. So I think we'll stick with what we've got for now, and we'll add a bit of bling after. So there we go. Cute. And then the trees. See, they're really, really easy to just cut around when you put them on the paper. And I just think that makes them a little bit easier to build, because there are some smaller elements involved. So just trim around all of that. And then we're going to have the little tree with the little house, and then the taller tree with the tall house. So it's all in proportion. Sorry, I hope you guys can see this. I don't know if I just went a bit off camera there just to so I could see what I was doing a little bit, and snip off the bottom of there, and then I'm just going to take off these little bits here. Cute. Right, let's just move these out of the way. We can move all of our little bits of spare cardstock out of the way, and we'll pop that into our little stash of cardstock later. And like I said before, having a little pouch here to be able to put your little extras in is really handy as well. So pop that to one side. So let's start sticking these together. And I feel like I want to colour this now. Now I've said that. So what I want a nice kind of really pale blue. So a bit of tumbled glass. And I'm going to use one of my little blender brushes, my little stackables, because I don't want to do a lot, just to add a little bit of blue to that background, just so that my house pops a little bit more. That's all I needed, just that little bit. Stack that back up. There, and then let's pop some glue on the back of here. And all I did was just trim that with a little bit of a curve, so it looks like there's a little bit of a hill in the background. And again, I'm just going to add this heart flat to my circle there. Now before I add my houses, I am going to add the little hole. So bear with me, because I do have some little tag punches. Actually, I use this. I think I used a smaller hole for the last one, but this is a little punch, one hole punch for doing your tags. Really easy to do. We sell these in the shop in a pack of 3, I believe, with 3 different sizes, which is really cool to have. And I'm putting the hole in first because then that will help me decide where I want to position my house, you see, because I don't want my house dead in the centre and covering that hole. So that really helps me sort of figure out where I want my little house to be. So having my house maybe a little bit lower down in the centre, and with my tree there, that works so much better. And then on this side, it's not so much of an issue, and I'm going to pop the tree in the background of that one, I think. Cool, that works really well. So I am going to use a little bit of foam, but I'm going to use quite low foam, if that makes sense. So these, I've had these for ages. I haven't even got a clue where they're from, but they're probably only half, maybe a couple of, maybe even a millimetre thick. They're very small in terms of dimension, but I don't want a huge amount of dimension on the front of this card, front of these tags, because they don't want to be too heavy. So this little tree I'm going to put down flat. which was about there, I believe, wasn't it? Yeah, that's good, about there. And we'll add a little bit of dimension to the house. I'll put my pookie tool, there it is. So I'll just add, actually, which side am I doing? Yeah. And put another one there. There. Should have moved that one along a little bit. That's better. So I know this is going to overlap my tree, you see, so I haven't put any right at this edge. So let's do this. Line up my little house. Cute. Real cute. And then this, I want this one popped up for definite. So pop a few of these. Oops. On the back of there. Too quick, so quite low, quite central. And then for our little tree, it's going to need a little bit of support. I'm not sure if I'm going to be able to do too much with it because it's going to need the tiniest bit of foam tape, but let's see if we can, and if I can get it on the right side. So it needs to be on this side, I believe. There we go. And then the other side will be a bit of glue. Get my tweezers here to help me position that. Beautiful, love it. Okay, so next job then, we'll need a little bit of twine. Excuse me, move that out of the way. A little bit of twine, and obviously we need to make our little box shape. But how adorable do they look? Hello Alice, how are you? Alice in Chelsea says she's just chilling, had a booster today and starting to feel a little bit blurg. I'm not happy that I'm going to feel poorly after my booster. I did feel rough after both of my injections actually. Okay, so twine, that's what I'm looking for, aren't I? Let's have a look. I want a little bit of pink and blue twine, I think. So I've got a bit of pink here. We'll just cut off a little bit of pink and a little bit of, oh, that one looks a bit of like a cream and a blue, and I like the white blue. There we go. That's the one. Cut those off there. Put that back in. Don't want to fit back in the way it went, but they never do they? And we shall add adorable, says Irina. Emma had her booster yesterday and feels the same. Oh no. Alice says, got hours on Sunday, everyone at my craft club is now staying at home, so I packed up I'm back now watching you. Yay! Jess says they're looking very stylish, loving it. Oh, thank you. Right, now I can't remember how I did these. How did I do these? How did I do them? Let's have a look. Tying bows is one of my, I'm not good at tying bows on things. So, especially when you've got long nails as well, it just doesn't really work. But we'll give it a go. Live. Doing bows live is also a bit of a nightmare. That one didn't turn out too bad. Oh, that one didn't turn out too bad at all, in fact. There we go. I'll just trim off some excess there. That's pretty good, pretty good. See if this one can come out as well. How much do I want? Probably about half on this one. So, got our little bows. Oh, there you go. Maybe that's the trick, is to just do it. Just do it live and don't overthink it. They've come out quite well. Okay, so we've got two bows. We've got two super cute little tags now. Now I attached mine fully to the background, but what you might want to do is not do that, so that you can add a message on the back. That's entirely up to you, but I did just attach them fully, so they didn't flap around. But if you were to add excuse me, a bit of glue just to the back of there, then you'll be able to lift them up. Right, okay, let's choose some paper. And then we may have to call it a night, because I can feel my cough coming back. Okay, I don't want to cough on you all. Okay, so paper. Let's see if I've got any full sheets left, because I've used quite a bit. Oh, that's oh, hang on. Yeah, this is the Joyful Winter one. That's a full sheet. So, let's have a look. Which one? Oh, I like that. I think maybe that. Do you think that would look nice? I think that that would look kind of cute, wouldn't it? And then for this one, the papers in this pad are just so pretty and so usable. I love them. I really do. And this stripe one did come out a little bit by accident, but I feel like the stripe one's going to look really cute, so let's go with that. I love them all. I think they all work so well together, so yeah, you can't really fault it. So the way that I did this, there was really no kind of measuring involved, shall we say, but I did trim them down, and I trimmed them down after the event, because I didn't really know quite how big I wanted them. So some of them are a little bit longer than the others, and I think what I've done is I've just kind of trimmed off maybe about an inch at the top. So let's do that first. Put these guys out of the way. So just, again, no kind of, so that's at 5 inches. I've done that, and that works really quite well. So I'll do the same at this one. So this is a 6 by 6 inch piece of paper that I've then trimmed an inch off the top. So we've got 2 little strips there that we can use for other things. But you can leave them as 6 by 6 if you wanted to. There's no need for you to do what I've done, really, because you know, you can leave them a little bit longer. But I just liked the shape of them. Now, there's two ways of doing this, because your paper will want to bend and curve back. And if you want to keep it together so that it's going to adhere immediately, the best thing to do is to use a tape, which I don't have a lot of tape, to be fair. I'm just having a look again in my little stash here, see if I've got any other tape, because what you really need is a thinner tape than the one that I've got. This one is quite thick, but it still works, so I'm going to use this. And what you're going to do is you're going to put tape down one side and put those two sides together, essentially. And if you've got some red, is it the red tape that is quite strong, red liner tape, that is probably going to be the best, because it's going to adhere really, really well. Because that's what you want. You want it to adhere straight away. So you're then just going to line up the edges, and this stripe piece is really quite helpful. So you're going to line those two bits together, and then you've got the basis of your shape, and you're going to pinch it in two different directions. So you're going to pinch one end like so, and then you're going to pinch the other in the other direction, and that's what's going to give you like your jubbly kind of shape, if you like. So again, you're going to tape each of these sides. Now, if you are going to be adding something on the inside, obviously you don't want to tape it just yet. So you want to wait until you've popped your goodies on the inside and then tape the other side shut. But mine obviously don't have, for demonstration purposes, I've stuck mine together. So again, you're going to do the same sort of thing. You're going to add some tape runner on the inside, stick those two bits together. I actually used glue for this bit, and then what I did, because I wanted this to stick really well, and it's quite fiddly to get the tape in there, I've got some of these little pegs, and I used 3 of these little pegs on the end of each one to hold it together. So let me show you. Oh, and before I do that, I will just show you how I made the little decorative edge, this edge here. I've got some pinking shears. These are really old ones. I've had them for forever, so I've not really used them for fabric for a long time. And I've just pinched the edges together of my card paper, and then just given it a little edge. Pinch the other side together, and again just trim the edge. There we go. So now we've got a little decorative edge there, and then we can stick these bits together. So I'm going to add glue on the inside of here along this edge, and you know, you guys are super crafty. You'll come up with different ways that you might want to close these edges, so that maybe people could open them. So the opposite edge, for example, maybe this opposite edge, you want to add a hole to that, and then maybe tie your tag to that hole, so that it then it opens, or to the opposite end, whichever way you want to do it. Because that would work really quite nice. I put mine this way up, so I've attached mine, see on the examples, rather than on the wider edge, I've attached them to the narrower edge, so they sit this way, because when they sit on your desk, they do sit, you can see the tag when they sit that way. So that's something just to bear in mind as well. So that's that edge stuck. This edge has seems to have stuck itself together without me even trying. Let's add some glue along the bottom of there, and then stick that together. And then again, if you just add the pegs that will just keep them nicely closed while your glue sets in place. So you don't have to sit and hold it for ages. This glue does dry very quickly, but again, just having those little pegs in place will just help it along. And then we're going to be able to add our little tag on the front there, which is very cool. So then this is the second one. Let's have a go at this one while that one dries. And we're putting the tape along the shorter edge. So now we've trimmed off 1 inch of it. We are going to put the tape along the shorter edge. I don't know if I mentioned that in the first time. So if you're working with a 6x6, obviously it doesn't matter which edge you put it on, but if you're working with the shorter style that I'm doing and you've trimmed your paper down, you want to put your tape along the shorter edge before you adhere it. And then again, we're just going to turn these in on each other, try and get them straight. Looks fairly straight. And then again, I'm just going to add my little decorative bit at the ends with my pinking shears. And if you don't have pinking shears, if you've got any decorative edge dies, you can use those on the edge. I know some people have those scissors that do decorative cuts as well, craft scissors, or you can just leave them plain. You don't have to add a decorative edge if you don't want to. I just think it looks a little festive doing it this way. So again, I'm going to do the same thing as we've done on the last one. I'm going to add glue along the inside edge of one end and just press that together. And then these should be glued now. So I'm going to swap over the pegs. Oh, I don't want to open. There we go. So pop those on that edge. And then the opposite way. So again, we're just going to fold it in the opposite direction. There we go. And add some glue along the inside edge of that piece, and line up those pinking shear bits. Make sure they're all lined up, and let's take pegs off that one and add them to this one. Oh dear, I've not lined that up very well. It's okay. Can always trim it back down afterwards once it's dried. There we go. So for our first one then, that's now dried, and we've created that little Irina says she's going to sleep now and look back at it tomorrow. It's 10:15 over here. Thanks for this nice live again. I will make some of these cute boxes for Christmas. Merry Christmas. Thank you, Irina. Thank you so much for watching. Hello, Maggie. Jess says these boxes are looking so cool. Alison is wishing Irina Merry Christmas. That's really cool. So now I think I am just going to add these with a bit of foam onto the back of here. So I'm just really simply, I'm just wondering whether to attach them so that you can flip them. No, I like the dimension and I like them to sit there. So I'm just going to add simple tab. In fact, I'm going to do it the other way around. So I'm going to put my tab this way round, because then it will sit really comfortably along the centre there. So pop that on there. Awesome. And then for this one, where is he? There he is, look. slightly bigger, but perfect size. Again, I'm going to do that down the middle so that it sits perfectly on the middle of there. Lovely. And then the final kind of touches that you could do, if you wanted to. I knew I'd end up fiddling with my bows, but I think that bow looks quite cute, doesn't it? The final things that you could do, you could add a little sentiment along the bottom. So I'm just going to tip some of these out. Let's see. Oh, this one's perfect, isn't it? Look. This one, From Our House to Yours, is so cool to add along the bottom. Let's just snip that down, and you could just add that along the bottom of there. Oh, I think that looks so cute. I'm definitely going to do that. Okay, let's just, and all I'm going to do is I'm going to add a little bit of glue to the back of that. Oops. And then I'm just going to add that to there on a little bit of an angle. Let's take these off now because we don't need those, I don't think. Yes, there we go. And if we add it a little bit on a jaunty angle, I just think that looks really, really cute. Oh, I love that. And then we've got an I Love Christmas. That's really cute. Or we've got a Merry and Bright, Let It Snow. We've got Eat, Drink and Be Merry. So look, these ones. Holiday Greetings is really nice. Or Wishing You Holiday Cheer. That one would be quite a nice one. I think I'm going to go with that one. So just need to trim this one down. There. These sentiment strips are the best thing ever. Which one was I going for? The Holiday Cheer, wasn't I? So easy, quick and easy for doing all of your sentiments. And I just use them all the time for Christmas cards because of how simple they are. They save you doing any heat embossing. I feel like that might be too big now. That might be a little bit in your face. I feel like it wants something a little bit. Oh, what about adding, this, do you know, this is these would make great little advent calendar things, wouldn't they? So a little December 25th on the bottom of there. Let's just snip this down a little. We don't need it to be quite that big. But yeah, if this is a little gift to be opened on December 25th, what a great little... Love it. Love that. So cute. Yes. And then, as we'd mentioned before, everything sparkly at Christmas. That's what we need. So I've got some of my stickles, and it's perhaps a little bit hard for you to see unless I tip these up now. But this is what we've got so far. Let's just get some stickles onto our snow. Yes, and I can even add some to the top of the doors. Oh yes, love that. I'll give you a close-up view when we're done. And again on there. Onto the top of there, could even do onto our windows as well. Oh, that's really cute. I love that. Okay, So I'm buzzing. I'm buzzing because I actually managed to complete this for you, and I'm really pleased with how they've turned out. Claire says, what a lovely box. They are so cute, aren't they? Right, let's have a little closer look. So we've got the From Our House to Yours, with some sparkles there as well. And you can add some extra little gems, which I think I might do actually, some extra little sequins on there. And then this one is the December 25th. So yeah, if you're doing like little table presents, these are ideal, absolutely ideal for those. You could pop a few like little sweet treats in there, maybe some little Ferrero Rocher or that kind of thing. Oh, I love that idea. Bear with me because I've got in here, I got some like clear sequins. Yes, so I'm just thinking for on this one, I think just adding a couple of sequins might be just the job. Just clear ones. So that they don't take away too much from the background, but just add a little bit of something sparkly. Very cute. Very cute. So a couple of little sequins on there. Oh, I knew that one wasn't going to stick down, so I messed with it a bit. There we go. Stick. There we go. Oh, cute. And you could just keep adding and blinging to your heart's content, couldn't you, really? You know me, I love all these little finishing touches and little sparkly bits. So now we've got an extra little bit of bling on there as well, with some extra little sequins, which looks really cute. Yay. Okay guys, well I hope you enjoyed that. So now we've got a few different ones now, a few different styles, all with that same set, but they all look very different, don't they? So it just shows you what, with the paper pad, some cardstock and your dies, you can make a whole heap of these in different styles, different colours, to make some great table gifts for Christmas, or just little stocking fillers as well. And they just look really, really pretty. I think people would be absolutely delighted to receive these. Almost better than what's inside, I think. Thank you so much for joining me tonight. I hope it's been okay, because obviously I've not been fully my best. Hoping in the new year that's all changed, and I'll be fully back to health and crafting away. I am so excited to spend 2022 with you all, and I can't wait to see what it brings for us all. Have an absolutely wonderful Christmas and New Year. If I don't speak to you before then, I hope you all have a wonderful time, that you're safe, you're happy, and getting to spend it with the people that you love. And I'll see you all in the new year if I don't see you before. Thank you so much, guys, and yeah, happy crafting. Bye guys. Bye.